You know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, about that bass. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Jake Dixon, the productivity coach at the Fort Mill office with Keller Williams Realty. And I'm coming at you today. It's all about that bass, that database, right? And this is the first video in a series of 19 videos on the topic of the top 19 things that they do not teach you in real estate school. So right now, maybe you're going through pre-license class, regardless of what state you live in. Maybe you just passed, or maybe you've just been in real estate for a long time or looking for some extra tidbits here. So either way, I can tell you one thing. If your experience has been anything like mine in pre-license class, it's a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo, things that don't necessarily apply to the day-to-day in and outs running a real estate business and how to get business for that matter. So that's what the next several videos will be about, is from my experience and through coaching many agents, the quickest ways to success. And really, for today's topic, it starts with database. It's nothing earth-shattering, but it definitely is worth talking about for the next several minutes. So with database, whether you knew it or not, I'm a huge fan of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book written by Gary Keller. So if you don't have that, get a copy of that, check it out. And the reason is because in there he tells us that we are in two businesses, whether you knew it or not when you signed up for classes. Yes, you're in the real estate business, but you're also in the lead generation business, and that never gets talked about. That's kind of that awkward, I don't want to ever feel like a slimy salesperson kind of thing, or I never want to bother my friends, okay? Well, somehow along the way you got into a sales career. You are running a real estate business, so you got to talk to people, all right? We got to get over that. In videos down the road, I'm going to give you scripts and dialogues, how to overcome that are very conversational, and this is the relationship business anyways. So it doesn't make sense to start with the people that already know us, like us, and trust us. And that's when I refer to database or sphere of influence. So my biggest recommendation is does not have to be extra sexy or anything complicated. You don't have to be a technology whiz. Just get out a sheet of paper, a Rolodex for that matter, or an Excel spreadsheet, and just start listing everybody you know. Don't be judgmental, guys, okay? This is a downfall that many people have, is they start to prejudge folks. Literally just take who do I know and list it all out on paper. Do a brain dump, okay? And there's a lot of great memory jogger exercises out there. If you just type in memory jogger on Google or whatever, it's just gonna bring a lot of awareness to the networks and various people that you know. But I'm telling you right now, the size of your business will be in direct proportion to the size of your database. Yes, there's something to be said for building it deep instead of wide, and we'll get to that in later videos. But right now, we got to get you to a certain point. My challenge right now, if you're watching this video, is to come up with a minimum of at least 200 people. And research shows that the average person knows at least 250 people by name. So get there as quick as you can and put them all in an organized manner. Do not prejudge, because we have a tendency to cherry pick the ones that we're more comfortable talking to. So if you were to look through your cell phone, for example, or your Facebook friends list, maybe LinkedIn, don't have the tendency to just cherry pick the ones that you feel most comfortable reaching out to. You're friends with them for a reason. You're either connected with them on social media, you have their cell phone number or whatever for a reason, so they know you. Don't worry about if it's been 20 years since you've talked to them, since high school graduation, all right? Put their name down. Don't prejudge. We'll worry about that later. So that's step number one. Get to 200 as quick as possible. But to deep dive into that even further, let's say you have a goal of 24 transactions a year, so an average of two closings a month. Based on research that has been shared with me, you can expect a 5% return on your database if they're properly communicated with in a systematic way. All right, but let's just take that for what it is, a 5% return. So if you have a closing goal of 24 homes for the year, divide that by 5%, that's 480 names that you need in your database in theory in order to hit that goal. That's one simple way to look at that. And I guarantee you can come up with 480 people that you know, or whatever that gap is. I call it a gap analysis. We would set goals in order to close that gap. So for example, if I know 250 people, and I know I need 480 in order to achieve my goal, well, right there's a gap of 230 names. So we just reverse engineer how many people per day or per week is it that I need to add within a certain time frame to get to that goal, to stay on course for my yearly objective, right? But another way to look at that too is once you've established your database, look inside that, because there's always a database inside of a database, and we call that your core advocates. So in the same example, if you have a closing goal of 24 homes for the year, I believe in the power of 3. Who are the 8 people in your world that would have your back? And based on a conversation, I'll give you a script another time for this, but based on a conversation, if they knew they were one of your core advocates, and each one of those 8 people referred you 3 pieces of business a year, boom, you're there. So yes, there is something to be said, of course, about solid relationships. But if we're just looking at sheer volume or numbers of people that I have relationships with and stay in touch with, the number in this case is 480. So what's your number? All right, but it's got to start with database, and I'm telling you right now, this is one of those things that a lot of people overlook, as simple as it is. They want to be a 007 secret agent, or we have that ego that we think that now that I'm in real estate and I post about it one time on Facebook, people are going to wake up every morning and remember me or think about me. I got news for you. That's not the case. It's our job to have a systematic follow-up plan, and again, we'll get into that in later sessions. But right now, my challenge for you, video 1 out of the series of 19 videos, the top 19 things they don't teach you in real estate school. Number 1 is we just got to start with database, right? It's all about that base. That's your gold mine. Those are the people that know, like you, and trust you. It's the low-hanging fruit. Let them know you're in real estate. Come from contribution. Ask them how you can help them and bring value to their lives. And in return, you're going to win that mind share battle, which is what it's all about. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this valuable. Stay tuned for our next video, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.